Welcome everybody to 48 Talk episode number 88. I am your host, RageBolly as always. Joining me this time is the usual crew of DXTakamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and that Canadian guy on the bottom right. Finally, we're all here again.
Yay!
Been a while.
Well, there's still a thing missing. Where's the rest of your stuff, Derek?
Oh yeah, it's all sold or shipped to Japan or shipped to my sisters. It's all gone. I'm leaving.
It's really happening. It's like you
Tomorrow.
are packing your bags and going to the promised land.
Yes, everything is left my apartment, including the heat, which is why I'm wearing my hoodie and a blanket.
It's okay. So, what's the weather like there now? How much is it, temperature-wise?
Here in LA, outside it looks beautiful. Inside my apartment, it's probably like 40 degrees. It's cold.
So it's still hotter than in Netherlands currently.
Oh really? Like what is it?
Oh, we had a cold front again, so we're back to like minus -1 Celsius. That's Fahrenheit.
That sucks. Yeah. But it's cool though because like I get to go to Tokyo and freeze too, yay! Because it's also not so warm there.
That's gonna be insane. So thank you for joining us. Then before you go to the other side and scheduling issues. Although we still have scheduling issues from today since we're recording it a little earlier, but still I got the time difference wrong with 2 hours. Sorry about that, guys.
It's cool. Like I missed you guys. You guys did a good job last week. But I can't let you guys go too long without me. So it's too much fun.
Speaking of which, then why don't you fill in on some stuff you want to talk about from last week?
Some stuff from last week?
Yeah. Well, last week we had Josh and then Yale was back talking about the 51st single. Well, we talked about that enough. They still had 1 million sales. That's still unbelievable. But there was also another single that's coming out that was revealed from NMB48. Yokubō-sha, do you like it?
Yeah. So there's a lot to discuss with that. I think the MV is interesting to break down, but the song itself too. I think the highlights go a little something like this. First of all, I mean, Sayane, amazing, looks ridiculous in MV, but that's to be expected. It's like Sayane never brings anything less than her A game and everything. Yep. So if she's not A game, then it would actually almost be more interesting because we never see Sayane except perfect. So you know, she's on part. It's EDM, so of course I'm liking it. Like it's EDM light. Like I mean, they have that piano riff going in the background that's really repetitive. I think though that's a little bit of an issue, but it's good. It's emotional. The song is very well done as far as like there's a vocal shift with Shiroma Miru that comes in pretty early and her voice really strikes with Sayane. It's not a bad thing. It's like really like you're like, whoa, like Shiroma, hello, hey, how are you? And it's like it's interesting how they did that where Sayane's vocals go from front to not quite back, but just behind Shiroma's. So good job, mixer, whoever did that. That's impressive. Things I don't like, the guy voices I thought was a really horrible touch. I don't want to hear dudes in AKB songs. I just don't. That's a personal preference. But you said, Robin, it wasn't that distracting.
No, actually, I like it more. You know, in certain songs you always have like background singers, like female singers that complement the guy. Well, this is in reverse. So the background of the guys, they're very light and soft, and it complements the female voices. So you get more of a neutral side. And the biggest thing I always hear, like people complain when I let them hear them Japanese songs, it's like it's too high pitched. So when they sometimes hear like stuff like that, they'll be like, oh yeah, well this is nicer. So I get why they did it, and yeah, I agree. Don't do it too often, but it's like for only 2 sentences, I think, in the whole song. So.
Yeah, they didn't overdo it or anything, so I guess in that sense it's forgivable. For me, it's like a complete no. Like I think, you know, having a chorus type background is fine, but then we kind of are forgetting the fact that AKB groups are basically choruses. They're choirs, and it's like, why are you like you have Shiroma's voice and Sayane's voice, but you have all these other members, give them a voice instead of giving some complete total strangers that we don't even see voices. You know, I don't like that. It's like adding like a bunch of background dancers into a song when you have all these really amazing dancers in AKB or NMB or whatever, and you're not showcasing them. Although in that case it works if they're true background dancers, like, and they don't overtake the you know, the songs. Like Koisura Fortune Cookie or 1, 2, 3, 4 Yoroshiku. Like that was, those were really good examples of using background dancers.
Oh, you missed it. I went like, but I said Uza.
Uza.
No.
But then the other thing is, too, speaking of dancing, is the dancing for this. It's how shall I say it? It's very North Korean. It's you know, the way they're marching. I felt like I was watching one of those like newscasts that you see of North Korea. Every time North Korea shows their news, it's their military marching, and so that's what it reminded me of. And also too, it's just the song is ultra repetitive. I was waiting for the bridge part to be not just a guitar solo, which they did, and I thought the guitar solo didn't fit. It was cheap. It was they basically just repeated the melody. They didn't add anything. So if they had done like a complete reversal or a drop, I think I would have loved it. But I guess for me, that's what's missing for me in a lot of AKB songs these days, and that's what I'm waiting for now for every song I listen to. What are you gonna do that's different? Because we've heard it all at this point. So it's like you really have to be creative with your approach to writing music. And don't get me wrong, it's a good song. It's an easy song to listen to and get into. For me, especially, it's EDM based, so you know, as long as it has a I'm good. But it's I don't know, it's lacking in the sense that there's nothing innovative about it except maybe that marching. It's K-Lite.
And yeah, that's what we discussed, because it's with the outfits, with the type of dancing, with the grittier style, that's AKB48 all over. And I do like the fact they are portraying Saine as like the ace of NMB, of course.
Yeah, that's just cool.
That's basically how you should use Techi. I think that's the message on that side. So Saine doesn't have that many center position songs. A lot, but not all of them. They all switch around, or sometimes it's different center. But she's still, you know, present, and you know she's there. But when she's centering a song, you'll definitely know like the power that she has. So that's what they should do with Hirate Yurina in this case, I would say.
It's funny how our conversations always get back to Kea, because we had a pretty huge discussion about that in a lot of the comments. A lot of people were very strongly resonating there.
I mentioned that well as last week, because I got a lot of backlash on that side. Hey, it's an opinion, and fight me.
Change my mind.
No, it's it's
What, Yeho?
I
heard Yeho.
Yeah.
His first line of the show.
Yeah,
No, he's gonna
I heard
stop.
I got into it particularly like our good buddy Dave that always comments, me and him went back and forth pretty strongly actually about even like the dancing mechanic, because I think he has dancing background, but he was saying how like you could learn the moves to Fukuan in like a week. He said it's not that hard, it's just repetitive and it's intense. That's what makes it hard, is it's so intense feeling. But I was thinking like, man, I know I'm not a dancer, but I'm sorry, when I watch Kea, like they blow me away with their moves. Like I don't know how you can't call eccentric not complex. When you're throwing your shoe off the stage and you're somehow getting it back, I don't know. It's creative, it's innovative. But with Techi though, it's funny because like we never say anything about people like Saine. Like Saine is like basically off doing her own thing, you know, whatever. And she's not there in NMB per se, and no one gives her crap about that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the attitude, I guess.
No, I'm gonna say it differently, because she's actually very active in NMB. Also being captain, of course. She's always at the handshake events, representing NMB when she's in an AKB group. Still does the radio channel, the YNN radio channel that they do like multiple times. So on that side, she's still on the show. She's still active, and also the difference is she's a lot older and more experienced. But I was thinking, if we were sidetracking a little bit, Kea right now, Techi is out for now.
Yeah.
But that's not actually a bad thing, because we asked for it. Well, we asked for it in a different way. But now the burnout happened, or management, is like, take a rest. They did it with another member before, and now that she's back, she's actually taking the spotlight. And I've really noticed on this week's episode, or last week's episode of Keiaki Kakanai, is Imaizumi Yui. It's really showing that she's actually very, very legit center material. Of course, it's now with Kobayashi Yui, the double center part. But I can tell, as a duo, Kobayashi Yui is the, you would say in an ORI group, like the straight person, and then the the energetic crazy person that takes the attention is Imaizumi. Just shows has more character, more flair, and Neru better step up if she wants to get overtaken by Imaizumi. So when Hirate will come back, hopefully she'll be rested, and then we can have like a real center battle in Keikizaka.
Well, I think to add to that too, it's a good idol formula. You take a group, you give them a variety show, you let that variety show build up their personalities and their strengths, add good songs, equal success. You know what I mean? So the fact that like Keikite Kakanai is really, really doing a great job of getting their personalities to start shining through a lot more, that's helping us see the real strengths of all these girls. They are all center, like every one of them just about a center material, every one of them. So I think like they've done a fantastic job in that regard of filling the gap where Techi's not there. But I'm telling you, whenever Techi's on the screen, all eyes point to her, man. Like she doesn't need to be on a variety show. You know what I mean? Like that's how powerful she is.
I'm glad you said about the essence of a variety show. So just announced like a few hours ago, Hiragana Keikizaka is getting their own variety show starting next week, I believe.
Awesome.
And it will be aired after Keikite Kakanai, and it will feature MC Audrey.
Oh, awesome, Audrey.
I need to see that. I need to watch that actually.
So
I need to watch that.
But that kind of bums me out though in a way, because like that means like Team 8's Bunbun isn't coming back or something. Because Team 8's Bunbun was awesome. It was so much fun. Like I actually got to know those members because of that.
But now we can count in that it really means that Hiragana Keikizaka is a separate entity of the group. So you need to now look at it as a sister group instead of the duo group from Kanji, stuff like that.
That's what happens when you play Budokan and you destroy it.
And also, what was it? Katakana Keikizaka is getting a new member. It was revealed on Keikite Kakanai. I don't know the guy's name right now, but he is like a kabuki performer, and he is a legit fan of Kea. And then he asked on the shows like, Suda, can I be in Katakana? And he's like, well, you have to take an audition first. So it's like, we'll see what happens on that note. Okay.
That dude was pretty solid. Like I was very impressed with him. And
he was a legit fan, yeah.
Like, and during his whole performance, like Boko Ayada, he said that, like
stuff like that.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So that for a little sidetrack. In the meantime, NMB48 released their coupling songs for then Yokubō single. Any opinions on that? Let's start with Yeho.
What?
Yeah, wake up, man! You're on the show.
Wake up.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Okay.
NMB48 coupling songs, man.
I'll come back to you later.
I like Good Diving. That's the good one.
I have a personal.
I'm like, this is a perfect song to send off Lemon, but you missed the chance.
Yeah.
So...
Why do you say that, Yayo? Why?
Because it's literally yellow and they're eating lemons. I'm like, what the freak?
Well, maybe because they're eating lemons, they can finally do it, because they couldn't eat lemons because of fresh lemon.
Yeah, but still, like, that's a perfect song to send off Lemon, but like, you had to push your next generation. I'm like, what?
Okay.
So that's the only good song that I like. Anything else is like meh. I like the dancing in Team Ends though. Like Team Ends is just like.
That's
like,
Yamanoto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Yamamotos.
Yeah.
The double center of the Yamamotos. And the Fuchan song was like confusing. It's like, so what are we trying to show here?
She's leaving.
It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be in the diner doing this random song. And like
Baito.
yeah, and like in Team M, it's like Shiroma Miru Center. It's like they're just dancing without even singing. I'm like, what is going on here? So,
The coupling songs are a bit too random, to be quite honest. The video wise, I mean, it's like.
yeah, it's so random. But like this is the weirdest one that I actually noticed. They're calling it short versions, but they're like 3-minute songs.
Yeah.
So the one song is gonna be like what, at least 5 minutes now or something. What?
I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
So yeah,
the
that's
short
my
shit.
thing with NMB and Miss Chance with good timing. It's not good timing. It's not good timing.
Well, in a way, it was actually because when Good Timing was announced, I was wondering in the Discord channel. I was like, I wonder what song there's going to be like 10 minutes before. Oh, I kind of missed that. It's like, and the song Good Timing, and like, really? I know there's a coincidence, but.
I mean,
I even sent it out the screenshot to you guys. I was like, no way, that can't be real.
Well, we have impeccable timing on that.
but
Yeah,
I mean, like in your Discord, like one moderator calls Yamamoto Ayaka Jesus or something.
yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know why, but that's the last time we'll win. I'm like, okay, bye.
Okay. Derek, you have any opinion on the coupling songs?
Yeah, the one that Yayo was discussing with the yellow and everything. That's the one that I saw. I hadn't seen the other ones, but I saw that one, and yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing, Yayo. That that's a Fresh Lemon centric song if there ever was one. But then again, that's an obvious comparison with the yellow and everything. So I don't really like the coupling songs, or at least like the MVs or whatever. I don't really think they match with like this really powerful single that they put out. And I say powerful in the sense that it's definitely a step above like a lot of other songs that have come out, over the past couple months, AKB wise. But it's just they're largely forgettable. There's something that like if you were at a handshake event and they would be playing on the big drop screens, you would like maybe look at them like, oh, huh, and it'd like help you pass the time. And that's it. You wouldn't care after that.
But those are fun though. You're like lining up and just gonna be like, oh, I haven't seen this MV before.
No,
oh,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's where your joy would be. You'd be like, oh, cool, yeah, and then you would forget about, like it just.
That what happened to me when I was in SK48 Cafe. It showed an MV. I'm like, I haven't seen this one. And it's like, alright, just move on.
Yeah, but that thing because you will forget it because you're so excited to see your member, the one you applied for, the one you lined up for.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Like,
true.
Oh, it's like, oh yeah, what just happened? Okay. Hi.
But I remember like when I went to the One Handshake event, we were all waiting for the concert to start, and they just kept looping the MVs, and like it was like at first it was like, oh, cool, and then I was like, I don't need to see High Tension for the 300th time.
Yeah, I had the same feeling when I was in the Tokyo Dome concert in 2014. They kept repeating Kokoro on the placard. It's like,
Kill me.
Yeah.
They did that for Takamina's concert too. I was ready to just like go get more chicken and beer. Like,
but the funny thing is too with the Takamina concert though, we're just like trying to find where the good stuff, like the goods, because they put like the main hall and like the other goods in like a actual store area. So like you have to go to a tent.
Yeah.
So like we had to go to a tent and we found like at random Matsuri. There was like just like random dancing. It's like I'm like, oh okay, we still have time for the concert. Let's just watch this one.
So random.
Wow. AKB whole day. It's like, hey, at least we found a concert.
Yep.
I remember when the Sosenkyo started when they were in Niigata, and the song they used to loop was Subasawa, and it says.
Oh god, that's my nightmare with Coco Placard.
It took so long. I'm like, I'm just done with this song. It's like,
Hey,
Yep.
at least you had Subasawa Irana. I had Negai Goto looping all freaking June. Negai Goto, Hachigo Sare.
Yeah, just let me swallow the harpsichord right there. Just forget about life or whatever. Like, no.
And
Hey,
then
not good.
Seto Ichi no Koi just keeps looping. I'm like, this is the only coupling songs you have. It's always Seto Ichi no Koi.
hey, by the way, guys, I gotta say, I've listened to Jabaja too much. It caught on to me, so now I caught myself just singing something like Jabaja.
Actually, there's a couple people I think that are saying that now. Like, it has a lasting resonance if you listen to it. So that's interesting.
And it's because the song itself, the music is okay, but when they sing, it's just.
I just speed it up, and it's a fine song if you speed it up. So
The thing with you is, though, Robin, you're lucky because you have like Oceanitis. Like Oceanitis allows you to enjoy it. Like it's one of the symptoms of Oceanitis. Like you don't care how terrible the song is. You listen to it.
I do like it when every time they do a live performance, Nachon's really trying her best just to get the song. They're going up, and she's going like say Jabaja, like energy, and then the girls go like. Jabaja. It's like ah. And then she goes back like everybody. Like,
yeah, no, that sounds like at some point you just want to see her be like, time out, and they'll be like, hold on, and they're like, girls with the H, man, come on, you know.
Or she's just going like line up, and she goes like.
Yeah, right. Just goes down the line.
And then she goes to Muriami Yuri, and she goes to like. And then just moves on further.
Yep.
At least it's a better song than Shoot Sign, so.
You know what? I mean, Shoot Sign and the one single that I'll never talk about with the weird puppet dancing.
Hey, that was good dancing. Good dancing.
Yeah, with the horrible puppet dancing. I'll say like I'll say that we're just gonna confine those to a vault of bad AKB songs that we're never gonna open.
Dear God, please let there be decent coupling songs when I'm attending in August, please.
Yes.
Hopefully. So no top song of the year from this already. Do you have one already, Derek?
No, there's nothing.
No,
there's nothing at all.
Not from AKB, but just from in general. You know, the Sakamichi or AKB side.
I think Keia's song definitely has a contender possibility. I mean, they screwed up that one tiny part, and that did it for me as far as like it not being the song of the year. But at the end of the year, if we have, you know, this and only this, I would say that would be the song. But I don't know, like I'd say NGT's verse is song of the year because the verse of their new single is awesome. Although I did hear the new single. I don't know if you guys heard the new NGT single or not.
I don't think so yet. I thought it was pretty okay. Yeah.
Somebody sent me a link. Gotta be honest, it's pretty good. It's not bad, but they like copied themselves. So I'm sure we'll talk about it once you guys hear it more. But like they literally took their second single and redid it.
Oh wow.
So it's not bad. It's just
we'll probably hear it on Request Hour as number one.
Yeah. Somebody sent me a link, and I was like,
probably.
No.
I no song of the year so far.
So you didn't hear what I said last week about what already my top pick is for 2018.
I did, but refresh our memory.
So it's on the coupling song from Keia's sixth single. It's Momo. Was it Momo Eriki or something? No, Momo. Ori? Well, damn it.
Mori e Iko?
Yeah, it's that one. Go into the forest.
Yeah, Mori
e Iko,
yeah. That song is really the one. Every time I have it on, it's just it get goosebumps, and I really liked the style in that. It's really dark. It's really going in there, and just the dancing. My favorite part is on the second verse when they go in like the World Order style, just like bam, 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 and yeah, I really like the vocals on that song. So that's currently my pick for best song of 2018. At least this quarter, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. Garasu no Ware though really the more I listen to that you know, the chorus, it really does drive a stake, because they hit the sweet notes. Like, there's certain sweet notes in songs, when I hear them, it makes me like key into it emotionally, and they hit quite a few of those. And I mean, and also the dance is fun and it's interesting to me. But I would say, like, you know, no one's really knocked it out of the park like NGT did last year. You know, that was a home run, like, all the freaking way. So, you know, if we get another like NGT second single style song this year, something that comes at maybe more traditional approach, but adds a little something to it like NGT's did, or you know, brings us something like we've never heard before, like that's like for example, if NMB's song was this constant repetitive piano loop this time, and it was good, right? But then in the middle, like, instead of like a guitar solo, which is like the easy way like out for them, they would have busted into this like weird piano vibe, or they would have like completely shifted tonally to some kind of crazy dance part that's like bass heavy or something. That would have made it song of the year, because then I could have listened to that over and over again and got something out of it. I like when songs surprise me.
Got so close though.
They came very close. They came very close. But I would say we have a lot of close calls this time, like, already a lot of close calls. Yeah. But I would say nothing that like says, yep, nothing's gonna be better than this. But that's good, because we still have the Senkyo single, Duncan single. We have the 50-second single, which is coming up. We got a lot of good stuff.
Very good, actually.
Hey, segue.
Waiting for it, but you got it. So yeah, of course, when we record our show, normally after our show is done, they'll decide to put up the news. No, this time they'll do it right before. It's like, hey, by the way, we're gonna announce this. You know, the whole trend. We're gonna announce the announcement on Monday. It's like, so yes, go ahead, Yo.
I actually thought it was today too. Like, I woke up super early. I'm like, oh wait,
technically.
Then I look at the calendar. I'm like, frig, it's only the 18th.
Yeah, it's like, what time are they gonna announce it? It will be
8:30 p.m. tomorrow, Japan time.
8 p.m. So
around noon our time, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's like in 12 hours. I'm like, oh.
I'll be getting on a plane.
Yeah, well, you'll definitely get texts when you land. You're like, why have I 100 texts here? So, we did talk about it like a few weeks ago, well, 2 weeks ago, I think. And maybe last week as well. But yeah, pretty early, isn't it? They're going
really early.
We were wondering, when's the Sosenkyo single coming out then? Well, they're like, oh yeah,
it's only just 3 months away. It's 3 months away.
Just announce it now. So they're already like in panic mode.
Yep.
Will this be separate from the center exam, or will this be the center exam results? What do you guys think of that?
I think it will be separate. I would say.
Separate.
I think it's gonna be a coupling song. There's gonna be a coupling song about the center.
All right.
Yeah, that's a for sure thing. So.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, then let's speculate. Always fun to do. What do you think, or who do you think will be the center for the 50-second single?
Yui. I think it's Yui.
Okay. You think it's her time finally? Just.
Yeah, probably. She's been going strong handshake wise, and she seems really on the managerial side as well. So I think it's going to be her.
Okay. Ew.
Cause this is a thin line. Cause if they're gonna actually do a Mizugi single again, they can't do Yui.
Well, true.
So probably.
I just hope it's going to be Boku Tachiwata Takawanai, the sequel. I just hope. Really.
Me too.
I'm really hoping it.
Cause I think they're gonna do a Mizugi single this year. So
really.
They haven't done it in 3 years now, so I think they might be doing it. So they can't put Yui.
So it's going to be Mion then.
So it's probably a full Jurina song, I think. Probably not.
Wait, the sister groups are part of this, yeah?
Yeah.
It's
always
right.
30,
So
this is the Sosenkyo. The ticket you need.
The tickets are Sosenkyo, yeah. So it's probably
right. So I would see them reaching out to like a lot of people in the comments had said, like, if Mion were to get a chance, like Mukaiichi Mion, this could be a good redeeming song for her.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, actually. Like I after watching the AK Bingo, I'm kind of a fan of hers now, and I wouldn't mind seeing her get a redemptive song to replace Tsubasawa Aranai, you know, Robin's favorite song. It would be really fun to to see that. But you know, like Jirina would be the logical pick, actually, because if they really want to push for Jirina, that would be good. Or any of the top 7 or 8 contenders, and or like we were talking, somebody completely off the walls, random, to put another name into the hat as far as like who could be a possible winner at the Susenkyo, because we had Ogi come out of nowhere last year, and that was so much fun. Why not do that again with somebody new? You know. So if they were trying to insert that idea into our heads, they could put somebody completely random, like somebody from Stu 48 or something, you know, and that would be cool. I would love anyone from NGT, of course, you know, but we'll see. I don't know. I think Jirina would be the pick.
You got something there right now. So, NGT 48, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're going that route.
We have seen her having own center songs in NGT 48. She's been in the top. She's been in Senbatsu. We haven't seen her in the center role yet for an AKB song.
Ogi Yuka.
Yeah. I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think that's definitely now my pick. Just because you just said it. Because Request Hour had a good year. The fans are definitely hyped. They won't have a lot of sales. They'll know they have a lot of sales since it's a Senkyo ticket. So they'll represent Niigata. I think, yeah, because I saw some people say, "Oh, Nachan again," or like doing again. And I like Jurina, but if you're expecting her to win the Sosenkyo this year, do not put her in the center position, because I don't think that. Can you name before the golden era or after the golden era? Can you name a person who was center twice in a row in a single, like the official A-side single? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick.
Sashi.
Sashi? Okay, so which one of her songs did she sing center after or before in a row?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's just Achan and Yuko.
Achan.
Yeah, no, he's saying after Golden Era.
After Golden Era.
Nobody.
Wow, that's a good point, man. I please, our lovely statistical fans, like, correct us if we're wrong here, but I don't think Robin's wrong, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, but look, there's several strategies you got. Like, you could do a Mukaiichi Mion redemption to throw her name into the mix comes to Senkyo. You could throw NGT into it and really reinforce Ogi's crazy princess run, like Cinderella run last year, and make it like a legit run this year. You could go Jirina and say, hey, let's give this girl her crown finally. You could go Sakuraton and say, hey, we didn't forget about you, even though like you're kind of doing your own thing now, like you're still a powerful mix.
It's her birthday tomorrow as well, so
yep.
Happy birthday, Sakuraton.
Yeah, so as a birthday present here, center position?
That would be interesting. Or you could go complete unknown to throw yet another name in the mix and get more votes from maybe fans that wouldn't necessarily go hard for that person. So for example, like if you had, let's say Kato Miina, let's say our amazing like ninth wonder of the world girl there, like who's just unbelievably talented in all ways and gorgeous and never appreciated, I swear, at all by AKB. What if you threw her in, and then her fans, which maybe normally are going okay for her, I mean, obviously she gets in, she was in, she ranked in Sosenkyo last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Like they get her in, but this time they might be like, oh, wait a minute, you're putting her center? Let's really push her. But I'm just saying, my point is like you could do something like that. There's a lot of different strategies. All will be revealed tomorrow to see. But if I was AKS, I don't know. I'd have to probably go with maybe NGT with Ogi. Even though Jirina is sort of what I want, you got a really good point there. Like it will almost be a curse for her because nobody. You're right. I don't think anybody's centered twice in a row. That's really interesting.
And it's gonna
Are
be
you
so
sure though?
Senkyo.
Because
Yeah, think about it. Really think about it. Name me the 2 songs, then I'll be like, oh yeah, that one was after or was before.
Yeah, I don't. Wow, that's interesting.
No,
that's
but the Senkyo ticket is in there, so you'll definitely have the sales number going up. Oh, go ahead.
Stop. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Miroslav also had made up a good point because Michan says Oshi. If she announces graduation, give her the center. That might be good because she's been super quiet. Anytime we see a member drop off the face of the earth, it usually precedes a graduation announcement, and they could make this whole big thing about her prior to Senkyo, which would be interesting. So I like that idea too, like giving like a member who's gonna just graduate that. And then another name too. I don't know why, even though I'm not a big fan of Renachi, but I could see her getting it just for everything she's been doing. I mean, like the play, everything else. It would be a nice reward for her.
The picture of the photo book
like,
has been. They look amazing. So.
Yeah. Whoa. Wasn't ready for that. But I'm saying like it would be a nice reward for her because she's been like a real good like cheerleader for girls other than herself, and I got to give her respect for that.
It's just she has such a weird personality. Even in Jabaja, she was like there, and I'm like, you feel so out of place. What do you think about Yukarin?
Yukarin would be awesome. I mean, why not? Give this poor girl a single. I mean, what is Green Flash going to be her only claim to fame? And that wasn't even her total single. This girl has her own solo career. I mean, why not have her, do it?
She was double center with Koji Haru, who never has a good single song track records. And then you don't put her in the main focus in the MV. You show everybody else and just show her a part of the time in green. Try to rap, that doesn't work, and it's just like. So yes, I want a real. Maybe that's her wish as well. It's like I'm not leaving till I get a center song that I can be proud of.
But then I don't know. Like if you're just giving it versus winning it in Senkyo, there's a whole difference there. And Yukirin of all people deserves that crown of all of them.
She's not going to enter Senkyo this year.
Nope.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So giving her this would be no extra vote power. I'd say if I was AKS from a money business perspective, put a girl in there that's going to have power on the vote count. You know what I mean?
Saine.
And preferably an unknown. Yeah, if Saine reneges and decides to enter, and then she crushes the competition. Because I'm sorry, if Saine enters the Senkyo, how can you not make her center? How can you not? Like NMB fans, I'll be very disappointed in Osaka fans if they say no to that. Like if they don't get her. Push, if Ogi beats Saine's gonna be like, I give up. This sucks. Like, how's this little girl doing this? Like, come on.
I mean, if those Wotas still have their lands,
That's true.
That rice money.
Sold all their
rice
property.
Oh my god. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the list. Do we see some? It will be 16 senbatsu, I think.
It's gonna be probably like 30 plus again.
It'll be
32 again.
That's like their thing now. That's their thing now.
It's gonna be pretty big.
Just to put everybody in, it's like, oh yeah, you have each representative from each group.
I mean, pretty soon it's gonna get to like the Senkyo's, like the top 80 getting to be the single. It's gonna be like if you're the Senkyo, you're guaranteed a shot in the MV, at least like a half-second shot.
Cause they were doing that for the first 5, I think it was only 20 people, 20 plus for the Senbatsu. Then they changed it. It's like, yeah, there's too much.
Well, there's a lot of good girls though to pick from, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just depends on how they're utilized in an MV. Like if you're or in the song, like if like that's the thing with like NMB's new song. Like you hear Saine's voice and you hear that amazing shift with Shiroma's voice, and you don't hear anyone else. It's true chorus. Like I like when you add up like personalities and you let everybody shine. And in AKB single, that's another way to do it differently. To do something interesting where you have each girl like in the group really stand out. They all have distinct voices. So instead of doing the choir route, you do more like 16 girls all doing their own solo parts in a song. Now that would be a challenge to write musically, but it would be different. It would be interesting. It would stand out. It could even be song of the year possibly just for the sheer fact it's innovative. Versus, 2 main powerful girls' voices, like Tsubasa and I, you had a little bit of Mion, but you had all Sayane all day long.
Yeah.
Or and then that's it. You don't hear anyone else. I don't know if I like that so much.
Okay.
A lot of different choices here.
A quick news update, by the way. I just got the titles for the Hiragana Keikaze shows.
Oh.
And it's 2 shows. So first off, it's the Hiragana Oshi that will begin airing on April 8th. And the Keiya Bingo 4 Hiragana Keiyakite Nani will begin airing on 16th of April.
Right after. Okay.
They're getting busy. Okay.
Awesome.
So sorry about that for the interruption, but we got the news updates. Thanks again to always Paul from jshowbiz.com. Right?
Awesome.
.com.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always interesting. The track record for the single before the Sosenkyo, other than Bokutachi Watata Kanai,
That's pretty bad. Yeah.
it's always Saki. Oh my God! Why kill it with fire? Version. So yeah.
I mean, if they're going the Mizuki route, so 4 years. 4 years in the making. 4 years.
Yeah, can you explain what that is for those of watching that don't know what Mizuki is?
Basically, the last song was Labrador Retriever. If you watch that, you would understand what I'm saying.
Oh God.
In other words, bikinis.
Bikinis. Lots of
them.
4 years in the making. Come on, AKS. Let's go.
We haven't had it. We haven't had it in a while.
Really? Well, we had Singapore from NMB48. That was a good.
No, I mean AKB. It's
Yeah, I'm thinking about
AKB.
AKB. When was the last one AKB had that version?
He just said Labrador.
What
Labrador.
Really?
Labrador.
Yeah.
2014.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes, ever since Shinobu became the general manager, they stopped doing Mizuki single.
Yeah, Shinobu's like, I'm good at making costumes, so we're gonna use costumes. We're not gonna use less costumes because, I'm a good dressmaker. And also, she's like, and I don't really want to show a bunch of you all in bikinis running around because I'm a girl and don't really want to see that. So maybe that might have something to do with it.
So it must count that it's the entirety of the MV, or that's the outfits they use for the MV. Because they have songs where we're at the beach or in the water.
No, Mizuki has it like bikini. You might as well just substitute the word.
Alright, well, hopefully.
And because the general manager now is a dude, it's like, oh yeah, we need more sales again, even though the song would suck. Even though we still know that this single
At least we have Aikadi. At least we have Aikadi, right?
Well, I missed the sprawling epic shots from way overhead where he centers in on all the girls that dancing on the plateau of grass and bikinis, and now you have drones, so it's you could totally do all these great drone shots of them from all around like a true 360, and it would be so much fun to watch because it's that would be different. That'd be a way to do a Mizuki that's not necessarily, obviously it's Mizuki, so it's distracting for other reasons, but I would say if you had a 360 drone shot going around the whole way and over them and everything, that'd be really cool. I'd be down with that. That'd be really fun to see.
Maybe we'll see it tomorrow. That's always the surprise of that. So, if for recommendation, go watch the showroom tomorrow.
On the couplings though, I want the new teams. Actually, I don't want the other groups. I want the new team songs. Come on, we haven't had one in so long.
Team 4 powerhouse. The top 3 from Team 4 for me right now is Okada Nana, Murayama Yuri, and Macharin.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful.
Those 3 are actually getting along very well. I saw today a lot of Macharin and Yuri moments. They were having fun. They were going the I'm on bike stuff and
I'm on the bike.
this something. So I don't know what it is, but we'll see about that.
And
yeah.
A D3 song. I want a D3 song from AKB.
Drafties. The first gen drafties.
Maybe.
Third gen drafts, man. I want the new team songs. Give it to me, baby. Please.
Yeah, it's up in this world right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I want my new team songs, man. We haven't had one in so long.
we'll probably get this one because there's another center song that should come, or Senbatsu that's been announced. It's the center exam. The results came in.
Yes.
So I did have somewhere with a point system, but for top 16, the Senbatsu for then a coupling song that coming out is then Iriyama Anna on number 16, very surprising. On number 14 joined is actually Suzuki Rika and Sashihara Rino. On number 13 is Sakaguchi Riko. On number 12 is Oda Erina. Joined on 8th place is Kawamoto Saya, Arai Yuki, Sasaki Yukari, and Yokoyama Yui. On 7th is Kusakabe Anna. On 6th is Fukuoka Sena. Joined 4th place is Murakumo Fuka and Fujigami Mai. On 2nd place Iwatate Saho and Kashiwaki Yuki. And this was surprising to me at 1st place, Mukaichi Mion with 157 points out of 200. Oh, here are the points. So it was 113, 115, 100. And what? 113, 114, 115, 117, 119, 121, 128, 127, 135, and then 157. So that's a 22 points difference, right? Yeah. Between the 1st place and 2nd place. So how smart is Mukaichi Mion then about the center position AKB48? That's actually very surprising to me.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
A lot of numbers.
Yeah, at first it was it's going to be Anin or Iwatate Sao maybe, but quite surprising actually. So yeah, I don't know how much time she spent studying up on AKB, but all respect to her, I would say. So yeah.
Yeah. I was really happy to see Saho because her name's been kind of absent from discussion for a while, and even though she doesn't really do anything for me, I like that she's there. She's always like in the back, for me at least, and I know she has a lot of devoted fans, so it was really nice to see her name get put into the mix now. And again, Priest Senkyo, that's a good thing for her. Mion, that was a surprise. That was a surprise and a half. I thought Yukirin would get it because she's really knowledgeable about idols. Also, Sashi is super knowledgeable. But I also can picture somebody like Sashi like half-assing the test, like not caring. Like she's like whatever.
She doesn't need it.
She doesn't need it. So it's like it's homework for her as opposed to like actually like a chance to do something. She doesn't need it. So Saho could benefit from this if being second somehow gets her a good spot like in whatever they're doing. I don't know if it does or not. Yeah, I mean good for Mion, and I hope she gets a single out of this. Then that would be good because then you could give somebody else the single for the 52nd single. And Mion, if they come out like a coupling song like Yeu was saying for this, have Mion like crush it. That would be great, And Mion did look really awesome in the coupling song, for this last single.
Yeah.
She sounded good too. It's nice that she has this knowledge, but I had no idea she knew that much. That's awesome.
I'm glad to see so many Senbatsu members, regular ones.
Right?
So, like Iriyama, Sashi, Yukirin, Mion is in there. Yokoyama Yui, that's very good for being the Sokantaku, of course, of AKB48.
She's only 8.
Well, it's for the group. This is for the center position, and well, she doesn't have center position experience. But she has knowledgeable about members, so I think it's pretty good showing of her that she would end in the top 16.
No, it's not the center position. It's called actual center, like actual center to do a test. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, but the questions were about AKB48 and including like a lot about center type questions. So that's what I'm meaning because you have so many people who have experience being centers or close to that. Being in the top 16.
I think it's not supposed to be that way. I think it's just like whatever knowledge you know about AKB. That's why fans.
Well, the thing was when on Nozawa Reina's Traveler, she had like a segment. No, wasn't it Nozawa's Traveler or was it just a Twitter? I think it was her Twitter. She had like little questionnaire moments, and they were always about center questions. So she was preparing for the test. By the way, she didn't make it top 16. I don't know what her position was.
Because like they even like BNK48 members are there though, so it's not all about the center song. Like there's like actual members. That's why I'm like so confused when like Yui has like only 8. I'm like, why is she 8? She's supposed to be like at least Kami 7 on this.
Hey, it's still a passing grade. She got. So
yeah,
still,
but
maybe she has to work on it. I do like for the fact that Oda Erina is in there. She's really on the rise, especially with all the wrestling she's been doing.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I would have loved to take that exam though, but like for $90, probably still.
Yeah, 7,000 yen. No, thank you.
Hey, at least they give you a signed card of a random member. Like they give you the whole set, and like it signs like "Good luck on the exams," and like they give you like 3 pencils as a set. I'm like, oh.
Pink pencils, yeah. Pink pencils. Pink.
And didn't you get to take the exam with the idols? Like, weren't they there too?
Yeah.
They're like in the middle of the thing, the dome, and like you're in the sides. So they're like had a barricade thing, and you could like, when you don't know the answer, you're just gonna be like looking at them, it's like, oh, okay.
Maybe Sashi was helping. She got little deductive points. Who knows on that?
Deductive points in Sashi.
Well, we'll see. It'll probably be on the coupling song for this 50-second single. Where all the other coupling songs will be there. And yeah, the new teams will debut in April.
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward for the new teams. It's time that we're going back to basics.
About time.
So, have you guys watched the Mecha Ike wrestling segments with AKB?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
So I watched a bits in there, and yeah, compared to WIP, it's really fun because I watched the first one with Yokoyama Yui, Kawai Rina, and Shimada Haruka. Yeah. And Yokoyama Yui was back, and he was out for revenge because he had like a beef with the referee, who's played by
Okamura.
Yeah. And he's also like the other girl's like, "Wow, we've been humiliated, so we want to train again and have a rematch." So it's based on that. So I haven't seen everything yet, but I do like the fact that they chose the top 2. Well, it's Yokoyama Yui, of course, also like a pretty good wrestler, but they chose the top, who are best in the ability for wrestling. So they chose Komiyama Haruka and Oda Erina for the wrestling type. And yeah, you have pretty good characters there. And this is the first time I believe Komiyama Haruka is on Mecha Ike, or like giving that position of high stature. So, and I would say it's pretty successful. This is pretty good for a career. I think this is also a good boost for the Sosenkyo time that's coming up. This could be
starting all the campaigning.
Yeah. So Komiyama could be like getting easily a Senbatsu spot instead of Undergirls.
I'm sorry, if she doesn't get Senbatsu, there's something wrong with the world, because this, I mean, she's so prominent now. There's such a path to it for her at this point. Like, and even doing this, she's so active. Like, it'd be very defeating for her to not get that. At least Senbatsu, at least.
We failed her last year, so we have to make up
for it.
We
certainly did.
I am going to have to buy so many this year, and it's still like not much compared to what everybody else is getting, but I started with getting 1, and now I'm thinking getting 4, because I think Miriam Yuri is like, yeah, it's like I don't really care about Senbatsu, but the fans want it, and I don't want to be ranked, so she's still debating, but I think she's really going for the Sosenkyo this year. And if she enters, then I'm like, just gotta spend money, because it's like I want to see how Murayama Yuri is a powerhouse. So do you already have your votes in? Like, who do you want to vote on for Sosenkyo, by the way?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I have.
I gotta redeem as a Kobe fan, so yeah.
Well, after what happened with Tani last year with me, like, I still feel directly responsible for those last couple votes not coming in. I easily could have got them for her, and I didn't. And so I feel terrible that, she could have been a center for one of the, she wasn't. But I also feel like I want to be cautious about my CD buying for her, because I feel like she's another one that's on her way out, that like she's been getting denied over and over again spots in SKE songs, and they just haven't been utilizing her, I think, as much as I want them to. I feel like she's not long for the SK universe. So I have other people I definitely want to vote for because there's some big names that are, you know, like I really want to support Katamina. I really want to support Mahahon. And there's a bunch of people. There's just so many. So I think I'm gonna spread my votes out a lot this year just to have fun. Matsurin, I kind of want to give one to her.
Yeah, so expensive this year. Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be real expensive for me too. Yeah. Vote here, vote here, vote here. It's like,
all right.
shit.
So far it's Nachan, Muriyama Yuri, Komiyama Haruka, Macharin, Mahahon. Maybe Takahashi Juri. I'm not gonna vote on Nozawa Reina because she didn't get it in there last year, and I'll use my vote for someone who can be elevated with one vote on that side.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's already 5 or 6 CDs that I want to have. So.
Yeah, yo, what about you? That was so dramatic. That was like, it was like all the songs, like the song in our show, if we had one, would have just stopped right there. You just looked and like, Kojimako. You know what? By the way, you need to redeem your girl there because like she's been getting her heart crushed the past couple Seikyos. So I think it would be really nice to see her in Senbatsu. I think that would mean a lot to her, a lot. And she's earned it. I wouldn't mind seeing Michan get in if she sticks around. You know, as a first gen, like I really would love to give a vote for her just for, you know, the respect's sake, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
Like it's too much.
Still got this to help out Nako-chan. Macharin as well. Oh god. It's going to be easily €100 or something.
Oh boy. Looking forward to that. But Mecha Ike, so the moves they put in there were very strong. You can definitely tell the WIP training has helped.
Yep.
I do love the fact that Okumuro, I'm saying it right? Okumura is saying is doing the stuff again, like the slow count and not counting.
Getting carry.
Yeah, that was a moment that was amazing. So Yokoyama Yui has like this pin lock in there, and he comes and he does the slow count again. It's like 1, 2, and here beep 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 beep, and he grabs like this beeper out of it, and he goes out of the ring, walks slowly, and there's a curry stand, and he's getting curry, and Yokoyama's like, what the hell is this? He's like, but I want. It's like, and he, I think he spit on it or like he did something with it. He's like, don't do that. It's like they dragged him into the ring, and they give him slaps. And there was a moment where Send for the Man takes you to Botchamania. Komiyama Haruka was actually corpsing, that's what they call it, and that's when you are like doing an act, doing a stage, and then you lose character, so you smile. So it was making a good joke, and you saw Komi just looking at her and just losing it, and then he called her out on it. It's like, why are you laughing? It's like, then she smiled again, just the innocent smile she is in there. Oh, that really got points for me. So I'm gonna watch this again in fully, but I was so happy, and of course GinoZX was thrilled when he saw Mecha Ike, so he's very excited on that point. It's been a while since we had an AKB Mecha Ike's good segment, so
yeah, so it's really fun to watch.
So have I missed anything since I didn't watch it in the entirety?
At one moment, all the young in New Japan they call them young lions.
Yeah, I saw that part too.
Yeah.
They got in line to get kicked by Yokoyama Yui.
Yeah.
They're like, get her! It's like, and Yokoyama just goes up and just destroy her. I like that Oda Erina really shined in there as well. Had some good segments, a good showing in there. Like what you said, DX, like Zack Sabre Jr. style.
Yeah, her style is Zack Sabre
submission. So
yeah, submission. Actually, the submission she uses is Zack Sabre Jr. His finishing move. He actually this morning, Netherlands time, he executed it on Sanada and won the final spot for New Japan Cup. Pretty sidetrack, but yeah, it's his submission move Oda Erina is using. So
very good, very good. Yeah, that's also a recommendation on my part of that week. So,
because we're in wrestling talk, when do you think the WIP thing is next?
G1.
G1 Climax.
Yeah.
Probably.
Same as last
so they're
year.
doing the climax again this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
WIP is going to be centering around the biggest event of New Japan, I would say. So the Climax and the Kingdom. So.
yeah, they're going the idea now is they're gonna do 2 a year, and that's pretty good. And maybe they'll extend to 4 a year because the way wrestling used to work, you had like the big 4, like pay-per-views in WWE, WF style, but even wrestling. So, I think doing 4 would be perfect. But doing 2 now, you can always build up now between stories.
Exactly.
Don't do a TV show again.
No.
They introduced another title, of course, like the
Intercontinental. We still need
yeah.
the final for that, so it's going to be Climax.
That's gonna be on Climax. So I look forward to it. And you now have like a stable crew of members who actually love to wrestle.
Yep.
And you can always bring in new members who would like to wrestle. But yeah, it could be a good career to become a wrestler. So and it's still
It's one of the few experiments that works out for AKB. So yeah.
Because like you have the Intercontinental match.
Yep.
the finals. Yeah.
The finals. Yeah.
Bego versus Oda Eri.
Yep. Oh, I really want to see that.
Yeah, and Juliana really needs to retain her title once because the
Yep.
first 2 matches she lost. So it's now
Yep.
okay. The first 2 were tag matches. But now you have to do the singles match, and that's
Singles,
choose a win. So, I'm looking forward to that side.
Main event.
Hallelujah. I'm still hoping to see Kenny Omega at one of the shows or another one of the NJPW wrestlers. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
they did Blue Justice at the first one.
Yeah, Blue Justice, but more of the current crew, you know, like Okada or something like that.
I just see okay if legit from all the members coming out from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, go ahead, yeah. I'll think about this.
Because you still have to do the tag team titles match too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it got relinquished. Intercontinental title and the main title.
Yeah, so that will be definitely on the G1 Climax. Sorry, Derek, it's a little wrestling talk.
Oh, I'm very much entertained. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're like going outside, just like, what the hell is this? What they're
No,
talking about?
no. I'm just listening, waiting for a chance to comment if I can. But so far,
No, it's just like we love New Japan talk. But okay, so little legit. Go ahead, yo.
I just want a one-on-one match of Nakai Rika and Meow so bad.
Yeah, I would actually like that. I would totally be into
It's
that.
going to be like
Nakai Rika's amazing.
it's going to be like Toriyano and Minoru Suzuki, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's gonna be 2 joke characters just fighting him out. I'm like, this would be so good.
Who from New Japan Pro Wrestling would legitimately work in there? Well,
I mean,
Okada is of course one pick. You have Tanahashi. You could work in there.
Yep. Maybe Kenny Omega himself.
I don't know. Not really. He's been all of course in a video of AKB before. No, not him. It's like there's some. They all have great characters in there, and it's like I would love to see Minoru Suzuki in there and just clean house, but I don't think it would have a good fit, and that's the problem. I would love to see Naito in there. Again, it wouldn't be a good fit. It's not the Terlinko style of Tetsuya Naito to be in there. He's like, what the hell am I doing here? This is pretty. I do see maybe like what's his name from he was from WWE, but he's now he's
Taka Michinoku.
no he's American.
Cody?
No, not Cody. Not famous WWE. He was like the surfer dude in and the environment guy in WWE, but he's now.
CJ Parker. Juice Robinson.
Yeah, Juice Robinson. I see a guy like him doing that. To show up in there. Well,
I don't think they're gonna show up though if the current roster shows up, because you said it's gonna be around the G1. So
it's after the G1, so it could be the last one that they dropped the ball there because they had New Japan had their own pay-per-view
Yeah.
at the same time of that. So still, they're
yeah,
getting
but
better.
I hope this idol fans actually become wrestling fans, so like we would actually know what's going on. Cause I was like the fan, like Dasu was trying to be like heel and get booed. Everyone's like, "Woo!" You're not supposed to cheer for everyone, dang it!
I would like to see run-ins from past AKB members like Akimoto Saika or Kuromochi Asuka. Just
But
see.
Asuka won't work because she's working for another Japanese promotion, though.
That's true. Yeah, she won't be allowed.
Unfortunately, because Mochi in a ring is in any kind of outfit is like heaven on earth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not rushing.
Remember, before all these girls was you know, putting out sexy photo books, Mochi put out like the most sexiest photo book ever, and like basically you couldn't touch her. So you know, it'd be nice to see her do anything with AKB these days, because she is well missed. Actually, that made me want to say something. I know it's a little off topic, but kind of the same. I would love for there to be like a concert that AKB does where it's just nothing but graduated members, like kind of like how they did for the anniversary. But like it's actually more like the whole focus is like they have a Kawaii Arena segment, they have a Mochi segment, they have you know, like different like just powerhouses, and just have fun with it. You know, just make it like they call it like the Natsukashi like Matsuri. Like Natsukashi Matsuri would be like awesome.
Right. Yeah.
By the way, AKS, here, listen, you can use that title. I will not charge you royalties for that. I'm not trademarking it, and just give me a little bit of credit. Thank you.
You would actually still pay them to get a ticket.
I know. Right? Take your idea. Give us $300, and because you're a foreigner, you won't get to see the main event. So sorry, but hey, 48 Talk gets to be like guests there. That'll be okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I hope we just don't do it just like that one Senkyo when they did it in YouTube. Like the girls were talking and they were doing comments. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? That was like one time. It's like the members are like talking and like these two foreigners. It's like, oh yeah, they're so good. It's like, what?
Shut up.
Oh,
yeah, cause you know, like if we get on there, we'll be like so analytical, and like, or Yayo's on there, he'll bust out like facts that nobody knows, and he does it. Cause Yayo, the genius of you is like when you comment, sometimes your comments at first, it takes me actually a second to realize how brilliant they are, because like you come from like you're not even coming from left field, you're coming in the parking lot behind the stadium, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit! Oh, sorry. I'm like, wow, like Yayo actually knows what he's talking about, and like I actually learn when you talk. So it's like, it's so weird because otherwise you just sit there with like all your weird stuffed animals and your Kojimaku worship.
Don't choke out.
And, and then you come out of nowhere and you're just like, oh, okay. And then you know, it's so funny. What's up, Robin? Robin's laughing hard because I'm right, aren't I? Robin's gonna spit everywhere. Robin was just playing that game where the girls have to have all the milk come out because we do something funny.
Oh my god. I took a big drink, I was thirsty, and then you just blurted out there, and I just really had like a moment.
Yes, I made him fail, yes.
Derek, you were talking about Kuromochi. It's like before AKB blah blah blah. Remember, like with Mochi though, with her obsession with Kenta Kobayashi or something.
Of course, it's classic.
Hey, they still hang out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny still. Like before they even did wrestling, like Mochi was actually such a big wrestling fan, and like she keeps drawing Kenta Kobayashi on a sketchbook.
Like slap. Hey. That's so good. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about before we wrap things up for now. Did you guys see AK Bingo?
The dancer?
The danzo, the nice idea what high school girls are doing now. Like, so my favorite part, and I saw a GIF already from it, and it's just I love it. Is there something wrong with teammate in the water? Is this something that happens when you go?
I know, right?
Yeah, but I did love it when she was like going like, pop pop pop, yes. She even said yes, and then it was just like the moment that really got me.
No, okay, so what she did there, right? There's two other members that have done stuff like that. Nishinomiki kind of popularized that style, like this whole weird like hand jerky moment thing. Like that's all Nishinomiki. She did that before anyone. But then Yamada Nanami, I think it's a legit personality thing. Like I don't think she did that because of Nishinomiki. I think like that's actually. a nervous thing.
Yeah.
But that girl, it felt manufactured. Like she's doing it because she's like, oh, I get a moment, and on AK Bingo, I gotta do something. It's like the girls are so resorting to weird tactics just to get screen time that I felt that was a manufactured thing that wasn't real. So I didn't like that, because to me, when I see that, I think Yamada Nanami or I think Nishino Miki. More Yamada Nanami, because when she did it, it was adorable. When Nishino did it, I was like, this girl's just batshit insane. Like she is. She's just insane, and she is. She normally is. Okay, I'm gonna stop because my sorry, but I'm just saying like it's like with Nishino, it's just like one of her many quirks. But Yamada was like adorable. With this girl, it's like, oh, I have to do this to get attention, and I don't like that, you know. But I'd say other than that, the Danzo, so it was fun. It was like it was just. I don't know.
Really loved the part when Okabe said, "I'll bring the life back into your eyes."
Yeah, your dead eyes.
Oh my God. She was like, "You trying to start a fight with me?"
That's another one that's gonna have a good year. Even though her Lucky Girl ranking was last place, Okabe Rin is just. Was she last place, by the way, yo? Am I fact checking that wrong? Okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking Okabe Rin is gonna have a very good year. Just seeing on her what she's coming out there. But the one who stole the entire show for me was Muramoto.
Oh, he was so good.
He was so good this time. It's like even the jokes like, well, I went to a fish school and stuff like that. It's just little jokes in there. And even his partner's like, I never see you excited like this.
Yep.
Just any moments there.
Or when he pokes Komiyama with his poking sticks and Begu just slaps the thing out of his head like, sorry.
Like,
oh, wait, okay. Did you see when Megu did that? Like her eyes like flickered.
Yep.
Okay, like when that happens, like that's like genuinely like upset. So she like basically like really for a moment was in that moment. Like I love Megu because she has that thing where she can be this sweet, cute ex-ballerina girl to like, don't mess with me. I got brass knuckles in my pocket. You don't want me to pull them out.
Well, that's the thing.
Like, seriously.
It was also... you remember when the Women Rush Hour came first on AK Bingo? They had the segment with Megu when Muramoto would do the eye stuff. Yeah, so it was a combination of that. But I do love she acts upon it. And we were like going down, but Muramoto doesn't help the girls. If you don't notice that, what he's doing for the girls, actually... Watch this episode. He's really helping the girls, giving a little take on that side.
No, honestly, like he's a cool dude. Like when he first came on, I didn't know. I don't like that he instigates a lot. Like, and there's some times when he's made a couple of those girls cry. I really do not like him, but I don't think that's his fault. I think that's the script. That's the script for the show. We forget that NK Bingo is mostly scripted, but I would say like he genuinely cares now. I think he's gotten close to the girls. We've heard hints that, like, when the camera's off, the girls even have said live, like, oh, he's so nice when no one's watching. Yeah. I feel like also watching his personal stuff, like some of the videos he's posted on Twitter, he's just a normal dude. Like, he's just like, he's funny, but he also, I think, when you're around idols like he is, and especially I've been to all these underground shows, you get this, like, sense in your brain, like, you want to help these girls. It's just that's the whole like addiction pool there.
Yeah, set off on the bad boys route, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I also like two more parts from him. When he wanted like a message, like I'll be the guy that hears his message, like hanging up. With Koji Mamako was like, yes, like I like that. And Yukarin was a little too lewd, and he went like boop boop boop, hang up, and then with Yuri. And I do like the fact that he was talking to Okabe and Yui, and then Yukarin with... Who was it next to him? Was it Takashi Juri? I think it was Takashi Juri. They were just, distracting Takashi. And he's like, excuse me, are our ratings 0? And just out of nowhere, he just stopped out of it. And that's the off-script part that I like. And
love that.
I think it's also helping his own career, because he was, well known that it's like his MC stuff is a little dicey, so it's helping me on this side. But if people really doubt on Muramoto's style, and don't forget Paradise. Paradise is just being there as the second guy.
He's cool.
He's fine.
He's cool.
But it's like Muramoto really has this edge on the show, and I really think it's a good fit now for the new AKB.
Here's the thing. If you remember, like not that long ago, when all the members were on that other TV program, the one with like Marco and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and he was fiercely protective of those girls there. And so I think to myself, like, Miyamoto's like actually an asset. Like again, the vision of AKS sometimes blows me away when they pick them, and I'm thinking, why these guys? And now I see why, because, you know, there is something there. They're not the bad boys. No one will ever be the bad boys. So we have to accept that fact that you just cannot replace the bad boys. You just can't. They're too good. But
Kyoto, by the way.
yes. But the show for AK Bingo has taken a much more radical, different approach. Like, it's not about games anymore so much as it is about, let's try to get these girls to go against each other and bring their personalities. I don't like that. I like that, for example, what they just did now was a return to form. That's good. You need more of that. But you also need more of innovative stuff, like when they did the behind-the-scenes segment.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was awesome.
Great. But it also, though, when they did that, took Miyamoto out of it so much because it was more like watching these VTRs the whole time. So that's not good either. They have to balance. But I honestly think I would love to see Miyamoto doing all the old Bad Boy skits, like, or what the stuff like Michiburi Dodgeball, or you know, like, can you picture him egging on a girl, like the girls are doing like the cockroach, like sumo cockroach battle or something? Can you just picture him really getting into that? So, like, why not put him in those situations so that we can get these girls to be really highlighted? Or, for crying out loud, Shojiki Shogi, like, bring it back. Like,
definitely.
Why is that not part of this? Like, he would be classic for this. Classic. And so I am hoping they'll do more, but this is a good step, and it was fun, and, you know, we could see a lot more with it. So I'm very excited.
Okay. All right. Anything else before we go to our recommendations for next week?
What news that we missed?
We sort of forgot something.
Did I?
Yeah, its first name begins with Tano, ends with Chan.
Tano-chan.
Well, okay, just shoot me now then, because that's basically it. Yeah, oh my god, we actually forgot it. Well,
Yeah, where's your brain on that one?
Okay. So I mentioned this before, and yes, Tano Yuka finally announces graduation she did on a showroom. So it was a little later than expected, but it's more like, yeah, this is a good thing. And I know I spoke a little bit with Haru, and she is, you know, it sucks. It's an Oshi, so it's always hard to see that happen. But come on, this girl needs to be released from the clutches of AKB48, even though she likes it there with the members she has good friends with. AKB is just not for her. You know, she's better. She's like, it's like not an insult to be like better, but her style doesn't fit AKB48. She could be her own girl, I would say. Doing her own stuff, like musicals, you know. If she wants to be a normal woman, dates, what she's doing like that, she'll have a good career. And I think if she stays in variety, she'll still have a good style. But I'll see her in definitely dance events and musicals, and she'll continue on that side. So, I, for one, am not being like, oh, this is sad news, or this is actually good news, I would say. So, very happy for her that she's finally leaving. And she'll stay in touch with all her AKB friends, I would say.
As the other members.
Go ahead, Yayo. Sorry.
Because, like, most of the members, even though they graduated.
Oh.
Huh?
You're cutting out.
You were cutting out.
Am I?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
You're gonna have to repeat again.
Try again.
Repeat. Try again.
Most of the members what?
The most of the members always, like, hang out even though they're, like...
You cut out again at the exact same time.
What the heck?
Is this some kind of sensor here?
You're getting beeped. Yeah, hello. Try again.
Most of the members hang out together, even though they graduated. Hello?
Yeah, they hang out together even though they graduated. Thank you.
Hello?
So, yeah, no, like, here's the thing, though. Like you said, Robin, I agree with you, actually. This is probably much better for her solo career, whatever it may be. I'm very sad for people like Haru who have supported this girl from day one, and there's a lot of people that really like Tano-chan that just, I don't think had the voting power for her, I guess, or just basically saw their girl
97.
not go the direction that she was probably destined to go. I remember there was a time when Tano was definitely the hot topic, and you know, her fall from grace was a pretty epic one. But I would say at the same time, it's another case of an AKB member who is extremely talented not getting rewarded for her talent. Like she's another Wasserman except with dancing. Like this girl can dance circles around the best members in AKB. She has the feet, she has the body, she's got the discipline to be a dancer. She's a great voice. I like her voice. And well, dancing discipline. I don't know about other things, but I would say like she just didn't get recognized for it after a certain moment. And it's the weird thing about the idol world, because with the idol world, it almost feels like if you are young and cute, you get rewarded for that, versus you are a powerhouse musician or a great singer or a great dancer. That's only part of the equation. You could be the worst dancer, the worst singer, and become top. So I don't know. It's an interesting thing when it comes to the idol world, you know? could not a great singer. You know, didn't really dance her heart out very much, which is funny because Bokutachi wa Takawanai is crazy dancing, and yeah, but it's her character. Like, I mean, everybody loved her, you know, her crazy character, for better or for worse, and also her looks. Of course, she is one of the most beautiful women in our world, not just in AKB, in our world. She has a look that is completely unique. So of course, I mean, she's even been named like one of the top most beautiful women in magazines and stuff. So, and I agree with that. I think Parudu, whether you love her or hate her, her physical appearance is undeniably one of the greatest ever. So you have to have these like other certain things, I swear, in the idol world. But doesn't, like, otherwise Wasserman would have been #1, Matsui Sekiko would have been #2, Tano-chan would have been #3, you know, Masuda Yuka would have been #1. All these great talents would have shown to the top, but they never do.
It's again what I told about. So throughout the history Tano had with AKB, like AKB is a good mention. She always had, you know, the it's okay. The stylish, you know, tomboyish style, little rude, little attitude. I remember one episode. It's like, hey, a girl with looks, you know, she could have like 2 guys or multiple guys. I think she was something saying like that on AKB. I'm not saying it right. I think it was like they were having a segment, and girls had. She said as a comment, like very serious, a little diva style, like, "Hey, girls at our age, we would take advantage of guys," basically, the way she said that. So it's more like, she's a fun character, but as an idol, no. I wouldn't see her as an idol. You would say she would be like in a group, dance group. You know, if she was a Korean pop star, would have been better. I would say, even though you still can date on that side. I think maybe she will do like what another member, like an original AKB member, did, move to America and become there like a background dancer or do some entertainment stuff there.
You know, my hope for Tano-chan is this. I hope that she breaks completely from the idol mold, because she already kind of has. She gets herself a boyfriend if that's what she wants, so if it helps her emotionally. But I really just want to see this girl dance. I want to see her even do a solo career of some kind. But I feel it would be a great loss to people that enjoy good dancing, like myself, to not see her at some point do something in the dance world. And honestly, she has a real, I know that you're going to think this is a crazy left field comment, and maybe it is, but she could be a K-pop transition. I could totally see this girl going over to K-pop and crushing it. And because she's Japanese, she might really stand out there in a way like we've never seen that before. So she has a chance to do something super innovative by being a Japanese girl from a major, you know, idol group, go over and transition to K-pop and be like the girl. Because a lot of the K-pop girls, for better or for worse, a lot of their dancing is sexual and promiscuous looking as it is. It's hard. I can't imagine it not being hard. Like you know, you're popping your hips and you're dancing, doing crazy like syncopated dances. I don't know. That's not easy. That's a far different thing than just doing this with your hands and going back and forth like idols do.
I've seen this recently up close, and I agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So Tano would kill it. She'd kill it.
Yeah.
You know, and she's got the body for it. And K-pop.
Not alone though.
Well, no, true. Not alone, but the power of K-pop groups is usually their strength in numbers all the way. But the thing about I think is good is, and I'm sorry if this offends any of our listeners, but like body image wise and body size wise, she's really tiny compared to a lot of K-pop girls. K-pop girls tend to be, I think, a little bit on the thin small side, but she's thin. She's super thin.
She's ripped.
And she's ripped. So like there is a huge emphasis in K-pop on being extremely thin. In fact, if you are over a certain weight, you can't be a K-pop member to the best of my knowledge. Like there's actually been problems with that where they've been they've been called out on that. It's not gonna be a problem for Tano-chan, you know. So I think like that would, all those things would really work in her favor if she said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna transition to K-pop. And I have a feeling, honestly, she did that and she joined like a big K-pop group, it would be record headlines, and she would become larger than life. So that's what I'm hoping she'll consider doing. I don't know if that's in her cards or if she's even interested, but if you're going to go to a place that honors dancing, and especially like hip hop style dancing, which I feel is more her power.
Forte, yeah.
Her forte. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
forte, yeah.
She would.
Is her style, yeah, so.
Right. She would thrive in Korea. So that's the big thing. I'm curious if Haru, if you're watching, first of all, sorry for your loss with AKB here. But I would say I'm curious what you think about that comment. So please comment, Haru, and also anyone else who wants to comment on what you think the future for Tano-chan should be. I can't wait. Now, of course, it might take me a few days to respond because I'm going to be, you know, up in the sky for a few, like half a day. But I will say I will definitely respond eventually. By the way, also too, as a side note, I responded to everybody's comments from 2 weeks ago, but it took me like almost 2 weeks to do it. So please go back and read your comments because I respond to every single person, and some of them were pretty intense. But I will respond to your comments, all of them. So please just I'm curious what you say about this because Tano-chan meant a lot to me. So it's just really hard to see her go. But where should she go next? That's the question.
Musicals. Just continue the musical. Just continue the musical route for now, as that's a good gig. Be on some variety shows, maybe some dance competitions. I don't know. Maybe become a judge for a dance competition. But
that would be good. That would be good.
Stay on the entertainment business. Maybe become teaching dancing stuff. Who knows about that side? But I like saying, the shackles that she has on AKB48 right now are going off, and she should now do what she ever wants.
I like that idea. I do, but I think she'd have to really renounce the idol title because, as we've seen, girls that leave AKB still are considered idols. Like, we still think of them as idols. Like, it's so funny when everybody made a big stink about Achan, like, kissing somebody. Why not? She's not an idol anymore. Who cares? If she's on a big screen, like, but that was sort of like, at the same time, even for me, that was like, oh my God,
hey,
like.
Takamina's getting married, so it's like, we'll see what happens.
There's that too. So it's like, we have to stop and think for a moment that these are women growing up and not being little idol girls anymore. But that could be a shock for you were so used to them being idols. But I would say in Tano-chan's case, she was already there in her mind, I think. So it's good, but not. I guess.
And you know what the funny thing is right now? We forgot to mention this as well. We will never see Tano go to Korea actually, because of a comment she made about. Japanese fans who become K-pop fans.
That's where I disagree. I think she could go there, and because of that controversy, she could also like redeem herself. Like this is true all over the world. We love giving people second chances. Look at Becky on Kakinai. I mean, that's if that's not a definition of a second chance, I don't know what is.
Oh,
and.
I got even better for that for Becky. I'm sorry to interrupt that, but since you mentioned Becky,
please interrupt.
She was also on Gaki no Tsukai from the show.
Oh yeah.
She had a great segment with Tanaka about Tanaka had like a divorce in the year before, so they're now finding a new partner. And Becky was his new partner for being married. So it's like.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, because of an affair. You make a joke out of it. That's how you do it. That's exactly the example you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like it worked for Michan. Like Michan has the most notorious scandal in idol history, and she now it's like a laughing point, you know. Thanks to Okamura and Mecha, I keep really drilling her about that. But that's good. That's good. Like we were able to work through our emotions by having humor. So I think if Tano-chan went over, did that one show that you really like, Robin, like if she went on that one show that you got really obsessed over for a while, and she was really super funny in it, and the Koreans would accept it. Koreans are awesome people, so I'm saying like as a whole, like they would embrace her, and I think again they respect talent over there. That's the difference. Like it's all talent there. You have to have talent. You have to be able to sing and dance and look amazing, and I think she's got all three. So that's why I really feel like she'd crush it. I really hope they're listening. I hope somebody listens and tells her this, because she should do it.
I want to wonder right now, how tall is Tano Yuka actually?
She's super short.
She's short.
So
about Takamina size. About Takamina
she's Takamina size, I think. So
1.5 meters. So that's how many feet? Let's see. Yeah, 150 centimeters. She's 21 years old. So man, that's tiny. That's so
barely taller than Takamina.
Yeah.
Barely.
So basically, if she's standing next to me, that would be like I'm sitting down, and she would still be this level right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's small as shit.
Don't forget, we are pretty tall ourselves, Torben.
Yeah. I'm one.
Yeah, you guys are like ridiculous, like ridiculous giant size. Like well, I remember meeting you, and I was thinking, because all these times like I've seen you sitting, I'm thinking, oh, you're not that big. And then I meet you, and you like tower over me. I'm like, darn it, all of you. Like you guys are all like this, and DX. You know, it's a good thing that DX has like an image holder here, because I don't think most people realize DX is ripped. DX looks like a bodybuilder. So it's like whenever I'm around, and he wears these skin tight shirts that shows off his like pecs and stuff. So it's like, here's me, crappy, like pudge and like not skinny anymore, and I'm sitting by these dudes, and I'm like, I hate my life.
And we're average size. That's the worst thing.
You know, when I went home, I was thinking, you know, I have a good name for you guys. You guys are the Happy Giants. So that's what I think of you guys as the Happy Giants, like the Norse Happy Giants. Like it's just, even though you're not Norse, but I'm just saying. Sorry, my head.
No worry about that. Well, we'll see what Tana does, but again, I had good memories. Always had a laugh, and she has a good jokes in there. And sometimes her reactions were a little bit annoying, but that's the attitude thing. And I'm happy that she's finally announced it, so she can really move on and show her best side. We already seen her great side.
Good luck to you, Tano.
Yeah. Okay, so now I didn't skip over, so we took 15 minutes from that part. Let's go to recommendations for next week. So I already said the 52nd single will be announced tomorrow. Go watch that showroom. Go watch the standard stuff, of course. Mecha Ike Wrestling, that's a very fun one to watch. AKB48 show, because they do Jabba Jabba full version, so you can react to the dance side on that. Things are coming up. I hear there's now announcement for the new Blu-rays coming out with the Sosenkyo from last year and the Thanksgiving concert. Look forward to that. Oh, and I mentioned it last week. So right now, thank you to some of you who already messaged me for AnimeCon that you got your ticket. I'm really hoping to see you there. It's Miroslav, it's Doitsu, and it's Colin.
Oh, Colin!
Yeah, so we'll definitely see them definitely here, and I'm gonna talk to Colin, because maybe we'll have a spot for him next week.
I hope so. Yeah, Colin deserves it for. I mean, Colin's like our unspoken like fifth member, because he's always commenting when he kind of picks up my slack a lot. Also, Colin's extremely smart about his comments, and I think he fits us very well. Plus, he's just a good dude overall. I really like that guy. But I also say Miroslav and Sidoitsu, we met them last year. Yes. You know, Miroslav gave me this beautiful glass, which I mean I will never ever. I mean, I'm taking it with me to Japan. I couldn't sell this. And I would say and by the way, I still have your glass. I'm taking it with me to Japan, so remind me so I can give it to you when I see you. Yeah, he Miroslav made you one of these glasses.
Oh, did she? Oh,
I've been holding it for I've been holding it for a year for you, buddy. So that's because I'm awesome. Okay, so don't let me forget when I see you next in Japan, because I packaged it and everything. Anyways, a side point. I'd say see Doitsu. He's really freaking awesome. Like he's very strong-willed his opinions. But if you ever read any of his comments, this dude comes. If you want to talk about left field, he's coming from another state over stadium. Like but his comments are right on point. I don't agree with 99% of what he says because we are two totally different people as far as what we like and what we don't like. But I can't deny he knows his stuff. I mean, he really knows it. So if anybody wants to like really get engaged in a discussion at our anime event, come to the show and talk to him. He will talk your ear off, and he's good at it. He's really smart, and we had a great time with him.
Come hang out with us. We're definitely gonna have a lot of fun, and we're just gonna have. Either way, we're gonna have a viewing party. It's like I'm still with a connection issue probably. But we're definitely going to watch it somewhere. I don't care what we're going to do, but we're going to find a place where we can watch it.
Look, and here's the thing. I really need to go to the grocery store again in the Netherlands and get a crate of beer. So we'll just get like a big crate of beer. We'll go to a hotel room. We'll hook up a laptop. We'll watch the Seikyo, and we will drink and bro down, and we will throw it up for all of our idols. I mean, it is going to be awesome. But this time we are not going to tell any scary, creepy stories like you guys told me from, you know, the Netherlands past with that weird kid dying or something, or the rabbit, you remember? So.
Oh, Floppy.
No, we're not going to talk about Floppy this time because I still have nightmares. But we will talk about idols, and we will definitely.
Christmas Day, awesome. 1916.
No, stop. Please, for the love of God, stop. I don't want nightmares.
Okay, well.
So yes, please come.
These are my recommendations. Awesome. Keep it up for the other people who are still thinking you still have time to get tickets on animecon.nl. And then you can mention or mail us at podcast48@gmail.com so you can get a reserved seat if everything goes to plan. The more people I get like confirming coming to AnimeCon, the more certainty I have for the hosting the event. Okay, that's my part. DX, do you have something you want to recommend?
Well, I just got off from watching this week's Namasu. It's the sequel of last week with the rapping class. And they're going to do a love confession rapping style, so it's pretty
awesome. That's awesome. Good.
It's really wanted to watch that.
Interesting.
They're so much fun. I love it.
Yo?
Yeah.
Just the usual, cause Berin and Mako in AKB.
Yeah.
Yay! The way to rep your Oshi. That's awesome. I got a couple as usual. First of all, at the anime convention, Necro no Idol will be there. Do not miss that. You are truly hurting yourself if you do that because you are going to miss one of the best, if not one of the at least the top 5 best alternative indie underground idol groups in the field today. Underground idols is a far different thing than mainstream, but the passion, the power, Necro no Idol brings it, and also they're good people. And Ricky, their manager, you know, he speaks English. He's a mountain of information when it comes to idols as well. Also, he's just a cool dude, and he likes to bro down and probably have a beer with us. I don't know, because he's you know, on tour they don't like to do that, but I will say this: you will have a blast watching them. They are real idols. And that's going to be at the Netherlands on Saturday. I want to say they're around 1 to 2 or so. And then we're not sure if we're going to do a meet and greet after, before. We're definitely doing checkies. I'll probably be running the merch for them. So, you know, just make sure you check that out. Also, too, to add to that, my East Meets West Music Festival. It's in August 18th and 19th at the Chain Reaction in Anaheim, California. It's going to be a bunch of metal groups and a bunch of idol groups from America, plus 3 Japanese groups from Japan I'm bringing over. 2 of them are 100% confirmed. The final one I will confirm hopefully this week or next week. We will do all the official announcements probably first week of April. So prepare to get your tickets. I've made the tickets extremely feasible so that you won't have to spend too much, but there are VIP packages, I'm just letting you know, starting at $100 and going all the way up to $1,000, that if you do get I already have people reserved for it, so for the 1,000. So I mean, I figured why not. I still need more. I still need a lot more, but this is going to be an unprecedented thing. No one's ever done what I'm doing as far as the scale of it. If it goes well, again, the more you guys make it successful, the more it encourages me to do it. My next step will be something even bigger. So it's just, make this work. Come to the East Meets West Music Fest. All the information will be out. I'm even going to probably have a website for it. We'll be, of course, promoting it here. Yayo will be there. Yayo is coming. So, you will get to see him as well, which will be awesome. He doesn't sign autographs unless you pay $10 per check. So he will be doing checkies at the show. He's going to be lined up. So if you have a VIP ticket, you will have a chance to get a checkie with Yayo. Me too, if you want one, but I'll probably be running around like crazy. But my checkies are free, but I know Yayo charges, what'd you say? You said 2,000 yen? So he charges 2,000 yen for a checkie. So, so those are my recommendations, please. Oh, and I do have another blog entry coming soon when I have a moment. I am looking for ideas for blogs. So please, in the comments, and you guys are really good at this, give me a comment for my next top 10. What do you want? Because I like to do one right before one right before my pre-Sasenkyo, my Sasenkyo prediction list that I do every year. I like to do one more. So give me one I can put in the interim. Also, please support me on Patreon because I want to write for a living, and I've had a couple more people support me this week. Thank you.
You mentioned them. Maybe they will appreciate it.
Yeah, and also, too, I do have a $50 Patreon pledge level that gets you your own personal blog, whatever you want me to write about. And I write Bibles, so you're going to get your money's worth. But, give me some ideas. I'll take a free one now. But also, if you want to be super cool, pledge at the $50 level. And then that would make it more easier for me to write because that means less work I have to go and do in Japan when I'm there. So, those are it. And also, too, last thing. If you are coming to Japan anytime soon, come say hi. I'll go take you to idol shows. That's the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag you to some underground idol show. And if we can hook up for an AKB event, like a handshake event, let's do that too.
Gonna make another announcement. Gonna make another announcement myself. On August 11th and August 12th, I'll be hanging out at Makaremasa myself. If you want to hang out with me, hey, feel free to drop a line on my Twitter.
Correction to you. We will be hanging out together there. I will make it. I definitely want to be there with you. Also, one last thing. Cristafari. He has updated his blog like to the 10th degree. He has, I think since January, he's put up, I can't even count how many blog entries, but it's all about like his adventures with Wasserman, Minyo Girls. He's done a few AKB events. This is solid reading if you're an Idol fan. And Chris is he's the best storyteller in the world. He beats me by miles because he's very concise. And I don't know, like if you want to live vicariously through an Idol fan, go to this blog and read it. Chris puts so much heart and soul into what he does, and he loves Wasserman. He's a real Idol fan. Like, go see what it's all about right there. Those would be my recommendations. I'm done. Sorry.
Cool. Then,
cool.
With that, thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Jojo.
So,
Jayo.
It's so quiet.
Bye!